past to now, maybe the up to 2021 version. So myself, Muruganandhan, I'm a certified LabVIEW architect and I'm a graphic text professional instructor as well. So we are conducting training programs for all the level of LabVIEW users in different domains in and around India. And my outline of discussion is should be like this. So maybe in the for first few slides, maybe we already know about it, and then I want to discuss the same again because it might be useful for someone else. So we know this particular thing, like, so why LabVIEW? So we are all are on the same domain. So we are definitely we are using as a LabVIEW as a one of the our primary tool in our day-to-day life to solve our problems and testing and development in various activities. But I have added the slide because we are talking here about LabVIEW and as well as the Python. These two are two independent platforms, but they are having their own advantage. So it is not like so the Python is best and the LabVIEW is best. We don't have that. I mean, it is not the correct conversation like so which one is best. So we want to take which the best advantage from the both side, and then we should make use of them to solve our problems very faster and effective manner. So that is what my objective of this presentation here. And then yeah, so we know, like, so LabVIEW, it is definitely it is designed for our engineering applications, and it is so it is having a lot of advantages right from the hardware integration and GUI development and the parallelism ecosystem, FPGA real time. So there are a lot of we can able to list out. Even if you are talking about LabVIEW, maybe this whole session will not be enough for us. So we already know multiple things about LabVIEW. If the second hand, so if you are taking the Python, why Python? Because we are not discussing about the .NET or C has or any other programming language, but we are discussing about Python. So why we are discussing about Python integration with LabVIEW? Because the Python in over the past 10 years, Python is grown up very well, and then it is having a lot of packages for every platform. Even the manufacturers and developers also releasing their own APIs for its Python language. It can be used for as an open source. So it is having a very vast kind of libraries in a different for different domains and different disciplines. Uh, so it is also in open source. It can be used by everyone. So this is because of these advantages and these many matured libraries, Python is used very in a wide range. So in our topic, so how we can make use of this this Python environment to with our LabVIEW environment. So how we can able to solve those things with those with these applications. So that is what we want to discuss. So this one topic I want to discuss with you all, and I want to get feedback from you all as well. So let's say if you are discussing about Python versus LabVIEW, then definitely it is not going to be the apple to apple versus comparison. So we are comparing when the LabVIEW and Python. Let's say the major difference, what I feel is the Python is built to a generic programming language. So it is not only used for engineering applications, it is using for in different domains on wherever they want to. And the LabVIEW on the side, the LabVIEW was built specifically for engineering application that required a test, measurement, control applications. And the LabVIEW also excels in engineering specific tools such as the say hardware integration functionalities and the user interfaces and built-in analysis libraries, domain-specific libraries. So the ecosystem of connecting the different form factor of hardwares with the LabVIEW environment. So these are all other factors that we are considering about LabVIEW. So when we are, there is no need to compare the LabVIEW and Python here, but this topic is coming again and again, and it is discussed over in different forums. In a different times. So that is one of the different thing that we need to look at. And then let's say but in our day-to-day life we are also using other programmings like the .NET or C Sharp. So we are picking some piece of code from there and then we are using it in the LabVIEW to complete certain tasks. So the same way Python code and Python libraries also can be used for us, and then it is having a very good library infrastructure for machine learning and artificial intelligence, deep learning. So these kind of activities like this having this more detailed, more matured libraries in the Python side. So we can able to make use of it. So that is the one of the main part that we need to look at when we are discussing about Python and the LabVIEW. So the advantage that we are talking about, so the Python, not only the Python is having the APIs or its own uh, packages, the other product vendors and the developers also releasing the APIs for Python environment, so that can be easily used. So if you are looking at from the LabVIEW point of view, then okay, so we are not only using the Python packages, and we are using wherever the Python APIs are available. Let's say if I want to connect with the Google released the Python API package, so we can make use of the Python and Google API, and then we can also integrate with LabVIEW. So we can take that advantage with our environment to make use of and to complete our application or to complete our needs. So that one thing, and the second thing is, so they have a lot of data visualization and data analysis packages in the Python, so that also can be bring into LabVIEW side. So it will also help us to present or visualize the data in a better manner as we are doing it now. So generally, so as we have discussed in the previous presentation, so we have initially we had three different ways to connect with the Python, and the first one is the nthought package, and the second one is the system execution, and third one is the Python, LabVIEW native library, native functions for this Python. But as we discussed, the nthought has announced the end of the life for this toolkit because NI came up with this own native Python integration toolkit. So these are the different only three functions that is available for us to play with the Python scripts whatever we have. And in the initially it was supported only for 2.7 and 3.6, and in 2021 it is supporting through 3.6 to 3.9. So there now we are removing the support for 2.7. So that Python version that we need to be mentioned here, and we need to also take consider the bitness of Python and LabVIEW that we are using. So that is also a condition is available for us. And the second thing is in 2021 they have added one more input terminal called Python path for the custom Python directory. So we can able to configure the custom Python directory with the additional terminal that is provided us in the 2021 LabVIEW version. Okay, so and in 2019 they have also added an option to parse the numpy array with the Python node. So here we can able to, if you are passing an array, and then if you can able to convert that into a Marshall option, and then we can able to pass it as a numpy array instead of list. So if you see here, there is a two different options. Two different arrays are passing. This first one is taking as a list, and the second one is for this one is taking as an numpy array. So that compatibility is also available for us. And the third thing is, so this is one more option that is provided for us. So we can add this token in a labview.ini file to view this console while we are running the uh, Python code within LabVIEW. So we can able to open, or we can able to view the console automatically, open it console automatically while we are executing the scripts, and then we can able to view the output statement, or if you are printing any debug statements, that is also can be viewed here. And you can also set a breakpoint here in the close session, then to make this uh, to make this node completely open until you are closing it manually. So this kind of, and these are a little tips that is already available, that is already implemented. So these informations are available in our forum itself. So in a R&D is already discussed, all these options is available in the forum. And so if you are really using the Python as in your day-to-day life along with the LabVIEW, then these information will be more useful for us in a day-to-day life. Yeah. So yeah, that's all I have to discuss with you. So if you have any questions on this, yeah, you can also ask me on this.